Hello everyone. Here's a quick video to give you a basic rundown of the variations of the sum function within Excel. Sum is the biggest used formula within Excel and also the one that most people get wrong when we're starting off. We only use sum for adding up, and we only use sum for adding up when there are 3 or more in a range. Let me show you. With this little spreadsheet we've got here, it's just a little one here, we've got a list of salespeople. We've got what gender they are. We've got their basic salary, sales, and then their total salary here. Let me put the formulas on and I'll show you what we've got so far. If we look at the total salary is a combination of their basic salary and their sales. So to add those two together, it's simply one plus the other. There's only 2 in a row. We always go the very, very simplest way we can go. So if there are only 2 in a row, we just go equals and then D4 plus E4 in this case. So it's just adding 2 together. If we wanted to total up their basic salary, this lot here. So there are 6 cells in a row in a range, and it's so much more straightforward to do equal sum and then the range. Can you imagine if we did D4 plus E4, D5 rather, plus D6, plus D7, plus D8, plus D9, already it's getting a little bit unmanageable. We need to have the steps for the smallest spreadsheets that we can then scale up and use for spreadsheets with 100 rows, 2,000 rows, and so on. If I had 2,000 rows, we'd be here all day going D4 plus D5 plus D6 all the way down. Always go simple. So just on the very simplest version of the sum function, it's 3 or more in a row, equals, name of the formula, and the range. Exactly the same syntax is what we say, the way that the formula laid out as every single formula in Excel. Remember, you must start with an equals, otherwise Excel doesn't know it's got something to do. The name of the formula, and then the range. And as I say, every single formula works the same. So they're the simple ones. Just add up a range sum, add up 2, 1 plus the other. Okay, I'm going to take the formula off. Let's have a look. What I'd like to do now in this little blue box is find the total salaries by just the males. We've got a list of their gender here, and we've got a list of their total salary here. So obviously, because we're totaling, we're still using sum. But we're using sum based upon a condition. We're using sum based upon, we want to add up all these salaries, but only the males. So it's a sum if they're male. Excel is very handy for that. Let me show you. So we'll highlight the box where the formula is going to go. And if you have the downloaded version of Excel, so if you're on a PC or a Mac and you have the downloaded version, we'll use this little formula builder here. It is available on the online version, but it's not as good. There's a slightly more of a workaround on that one. And what we'll do, we'll ignore the fact that I've just used SUMIF here, and I'll search for it because if you've not used it recently, it'll not come up in your most recently used. So SUMIF, we'll look for it. There we go. There's a SUMIFs as well, but we'll leave that for another time. So SUMIF, nice simple one, that's all we want. Now the handy thing with this formula builder, it tells us exactly what we need to put in there. And the difficult bit about Excel is simply working out what goes in these 3 boxes. The question was, we want the total salary earned by all the male members of the team. So we need to fill out firstly the range and the criteria before we even think about the sum range. Let's start in the middle, criteria. Remember in class I said that criteria is just another word for a filter. We want to filter that down so we only see the males. So we'll put that in there, male. Be careful. Excel, if you put in male or M and the spelling's not quite right, Excel doesn't know what you're after. You need to make sure that the criteria you've put in here matches identically the criteria within the range that you're looking for. Don't even put a space there. Although you can't really see that, male space, it might not find it. Okay, so there's your criteria, male, and now we need to find the range. So let's think about it. If we're looking for the males, where are we going to look for them? Well, in this case, it's in here. And you simply, as per before, no keying in, just drag your mouse down and select the range. You've got the dancing ants around the range there, and it shows you've selected the right one. You'll notice as well that Excel has put quotation marks around the word male. It'll do that automatically, and that's fine. The reason for that, as we've covered, is that the different types of data within Excel, you've got text, numbers, and so on. If we want Excel to recognize this word male, it needs to be in inverted commas or quotation marks. Using this downloaded version of Excel and the formula builder, Excel will put that in automatically. If you don't have access to the formula builder and you're simply typing it out, please remember, if you don't put the quotation marks around there, it doesn't know to find it. Okay, so far what we've said is we want to filter this down, just look for males, so we're 3/4 there. Sum range. We said that we wanted the total salary earned by the males. So the sum range has to be this total salary here. Once again, using your mouse, don't try keying in the references, just drag it down. So what it says is, it wants us to look in the range here, the different genders, find male, and add up their total salary. Press OK. There we go. I'm going to repeat the steps for female. FX button. Look for sum if. We've just used it, so it's just there. Range, criteria, sum range. Criteria in this case is obviously female, so I'll put that in. The range, same as before, where are we looking for female? We're looking for this little range there. And the sum range, we want to find out what the females are earning. So we select all that. So once again, it's gone into this list here of males and females. It's just look for the female, and it'll add up female's total salary. There we go. You don't always have to, but I would myself always double check this. If I go equals and add these two together, and remember, it's only two, so no sum, that one plus that one. If I get that figure there, 242,150, and that figure there, 242,150, is identical to the total earned by both male and female, we're on the right tracks. I hope that helps a bit. So it's a quick breakdown on different ways to add up cells in Excel. Thank you very much indeed.